Greetings to another video. Today we're going to talk all about riding your first 100, whether that's 100k or 100 miles, whichever you want to do. So I'm going to start off by saying that if you're able to ride your bike and you're able to follow a few of these tips, anyone can ride 100 miles or 100k. I know when I first started riding, I was like, there's no way I'm going to ever be able to ride that far, but I promise you'll be able to. Sounds very simple, but that's what you've got to do. It does sound really too simple, but you just got to go out, ride for an hour, ride for 2 hours, ride for 3 hours. I always say as well, just to use time on the bike rather than distance, just because if you're in the hills for 2 hours, that's going to equate to maybe 3 hours on the flat. So just go on time, really. The second thing is picking your route wisely. So when you're going to pick your 100 miles or 100k, think about whether you want to do it on the flat, whether you want to do it in the hills. And I would always be really sure of the actual route so you know where you're going, because there is nothing worse than setting out to do 100k, taking a wrong turn and that turning into 150k. So make sure that you know your route and you plan stops on there to be able to fill it with water or maybe stop for a snack or something. Fueling on the bike. So you want to get used to eating and drinking while you're riding. I mean, some people want to stop. I personally think just get used to how it feels, taking your water bottle off and drinking as you're riding. So I know for a lot of people at the start, that is quite a weird thing, and taking one hand off the handlebars, but definitely just practice that, get used to it, because on the longer rides, that's just going to be invaluable. So yeah, just get used to eating and drinking. And then also what I would say is get used to the foods that you want to eat on longer rides. So for me, I really like dates because you can get them from anywhere and they're just really easy to digest, just a really good fuel. I also really like Kendal mint cake. We've talked about this before. Anything that you like, really. I wouldn't take anything too stodgy or too heavy or too fatty, or you just want something that's really nice, easy to digest. But what you want to do is practice with those foods in the training leading up to it. So you don't want to just go and eat all this crazy stuff on a new ride. You want to just get used to it beforehand. You also want to plan for the weather. The amount of times I've been on long rides and I've not taken a rain jacket and it's rained, or I don't know, you just want to make sure that you've got an extra layer and that you've, checked the weather forecast. Actually, this app I wish this app had existed when I first started riding, but this is phenomenal. This is not a sponsored video, but it's just a brilliant app and I think everyone should know about it. It's called Epic Ride Weather. Basically what it does is you input your route into the app, so it links up with like Strava, Komoot, Route GPS, all these different route planners. And you put the day and the time you're going to set off and the approximate speed that you're going to be riding. And it just shows you the weather along the whole route. It shows you the chance of rain, cloud cover, temperature, wind speed, wind direction, everything. And it is so accurate. So I've been using that for a few months now and it is so good. It's just perfect. So definitely go and have a look at that because you just want to get used to the clothes and stuff and how cold it is or how warm it is on the bike. So that is a really good app. Definitely recommend it. Try and do this route with some friends or on like a sportif or something like that, because I feel like when you've got that moral support, that just pushes you further than maybe you would go on your own. And also it can help if you are going with people that have already ridden that distance. I just think it gives you that extra bit of confidence, especially if you get like a mechanical or something happens. So I definitely recommend for the first 100 or for the first 100 miles, maybe going with some friends or doing it as an event. Speaking of events, this is something I see at events, running and cycling events all the time. People go out so hard at the start and then they just explode and then they can't finish it, or they're just dying the rest of the way around. So don't set off too hard. You want to just, what I always do for longer rides, I always set off way slower than I think my pace will be for the most of it, because I don't know, there's just nothing worse, because we've all gone out and done it. Maybe I just think go and do it so that you know to never do it again. But I always do it. Now this is the thing in running, it's called negative split. So it basically means running the second half of like a race or an event faster than the first half. And that's what I generally do with long rides as well, is I try and just, purposely hold back that first half. Let people go if you're with other people, like if you're in like a big event, let them go, because you'll probably catch them up when they're like dying later on. So yeah, don't go out too hard. And the last thing is enjoy yourself, because sometimes, I've done this myself, you get so in your head of like, I've got to do this and I've got to do this, and we just make it into this big thing. And actually, I have to remind myself this, it is just riding a bike. That's all it is. It's meant to be fun, it's meant to be enjoyable. So just go out and enjoy it, because that's all we're doing on our bikes. So yeah, don't take it too seriously, enjoy yourself, and you'll be fine. You'll be absolutely fine. So that is today's video. Hope you have found that helpful and useful. If you've got any other tips, if you've already ridden 100k or 100 miles and you've got some tips that I've not mentioned, leave them in the comments, because throughout this video series, honestly, the comments and the suggestions and tips and stuff have been amazing. And I just think it is great for encouraging other people to come and try doing 100k, 100 miles, because everyone can do it. So as you know by now, throughout this whole video series, every day I'm giving away a copy of my ebook called Cycling Made Simple, which is just everything you would need to know if you're new or newer to cycling. All you need to do is just leave a nice comment, leave a nice, positive, friendly, supportive comment in the comment section, and that is pretty much it. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for another video in this video series. God, how nice is this? This is like, I love this place so much. There's stone walls, there's cows. I have got to go soon because it is going to chuck it down. So, right, I'm going to go. See you next video. It's all right. Thank you. Cheers. Thank you.
What, are you taking pictures of?
I'm filming.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
What are you filming for?
A video.
Oh, brilliant.
I know, I better go because it's going to rain soon, so I'm trying to do it before the rain. Cheers. What you filming for? I love people around here. There's a car coming. Oh, you absolute... Oh, are you really going to park there? He's really going to park there. Oh, I've lined this shot up so nice, and there's a bloody car. Anyway, he can enjoy the countryside as well.